much I've grown up.
Look at this.
This is adult drinking.
That's
This how small.
Oh, see, little Mickey.
That's how small.
That is grown up
That's
drinking
how small
because
my.
You're going high school
responsible.
styles there.
Good for you,
Dude,
dude.
that's like
Little Mickey of Bacardi.
Yeah.
That's not
That
even
takes
a
me
Mickey.
back.
That's like
That's not even Mickey?
That's a mini.
That's like
That's
when
less than a
that's
Mickey.
the impulse buy.
Yeah, this is a
I was
tiny.
gonna
This
say
is
it.
just a tiny little bit.
That's an
Dane,
impulse
technically,
buy.
that's really responsible because you're just limiting. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna have a drink, but it's only gonna be this little bottle instead of the bigger one.
And that was mainly that was the thought. It was like you guys were talking about rum and eggnog, and so I had
There it
to.
is.
I like
know
he
what?
went from he went from coffee to
Yeah, I
rum
was
and
gonna
eggnog.
say he went from coffee to
No,
rum
I
and
just
eggnog.
spilled the coffee. The coffee was sitting on the thing.
So
It's
the coffee.
an old
like
coffee.
I wasn't drinking coffee.
The coffee was there. He likes to have a coffee near him. It's fine. Now,
I just like to think about coffee.
I would say we're not knocking the coffee, but
no.
Well, no, at this point we're nogging the. Oh, what's that
Noggin.
mug you got there?
You like that? That's just what that is just a big mug of tea because I'm a fucking maniac. Literally.
It almost looked like a
bro.
Transformers thing
Well,
on the side.
I wish it was. Now that you mention that, if anybody out there wants to buy me a Christmas present,
It
like
does.
the
It
fucking
looks like
Transformers.
Optimus Prime got like just ransacked.
fuck, just filleted, eh? Just fucking done.
Just yeah,
I don't
like
know.
that's him. That's him on a bad day.
it's him during his MK Ultra years.
yeah. Okay, Ultra use Optimus Prime. That's awesome. You guys are hilarious. Well, we're here. It's Thursday. I'm with Tense Machine. Now, this is funny because I was supposed to talk to Tense Machine back in the summer. My fucking power went out. I missed the whole goddamn thing. Since then, Troy has left the podcast, and it's just me, Joe. So now you're
That
in
was
my
definitely
world
that was a fun podcast. We were sitting there waiting for you. Like
now.
We were
I
hoping,
held my
yeah.
breath.
Just
I
hoping.
held my breath for at least
10
like
seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Thought you were gonna make it, yeah.
Wow, did you just say 10 seconds too?
I did say 10 seconds, my man.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
Great minds.
That's right.
Great minds.
That's right. No, that was a good podcast.
I thought it was going
felt
to be
so good.
silent.
Yeah. No. It was fucking fun. But so what do you got back there, Brendan? You got all your toys back there. How many bases?
I got there's
3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 bass guitars. There's 2 guitars.
Mhm.
There's an upright bass upstairs. It's too big for this room though.
Fair enough.
There's a lot of stuff.
That's what you
There's a lot of instruments. They all have their uses. As much as it angers my significant other, she goes, well, why buy a house? We'll just build it out of the wood from the bases you have here.
And then you say,
Okay,
obviously
that's
you
pretty
know
good.
nothing about bass. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you need a lot of them, but they all have kind of different sounds. I've, collected them over my life at different points, and some of them are kind of weird. Like this one's,
Let's do it. What you got?
this was a normal bass, but I strung it up. Like I got the idea. I was playing with some guys and they're using a Nashville guitar. So it's just a guitar, but up an octave, like some high, like all small strings. So I did it to
I
a
didn't
bass.
know that's where you got the idea from.
That's what got me thinking about it. I know it. So
That's so cool.
you call it a piccolo bass,
Piccolo, yeah.
but it's just an octave up. So it's almost like a fourth string of guitar. It's kind of fun because it lets me play shapes that are familiar on bass, but it sounds like a Strat or something. Kind of
Okay.
gives you a weird like this guitar tone, but has obviously the pickups are meant for low end, so it's kind of like this fat guitar. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like a different another sound. I use it for like just chordy stuff on demos.
We
That's
were
a cool idea.
talking, and sorry, Dan, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, a lot of bands keep trying to drop their tuning down,
Mhm.
and we're like, what if we just go up?
Take it up.
Yeah. What if
Why
we just bring the
not?
bass up an octave, bring the
Yeah.
guitar up an octave,
There
and
you
I
go.
just play cymbals
Yeah, like when-
the entire time.
You just play
when
cymbals
everybody
there.
else-
Just cymbals.
When
It's
everybody
all
else drops
there.
D,
Yeah. Everyone
We-
drops D,
we
you
up-
drop fucking
we
Yeah, we-
up G.
pick up G, yeah.
Pick up G.
we up G, and that's how we're hardcore.
Yeah. Just
Um,
if we had a label, they would probably drop us.
If you had a label.
Well, no, honestly, I feel like we just call it "That's What's Up."
That's what's up. I think that might be a T-shirt slogan.
That's what's up,
Machine.
records.
That's what's up. And just like,
Yeah, I definitely stole that from somebody or some
Tense Machine
thing.
songs, but an octave up.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what's up, records.
Like,
Factual fund it.
Yeah. Why the hell not? That's awesome. So what have you guys been up to? You're all in the Toronto area or close to it, and I know you're fucked over by the pandemic. We are too. It's fine. Christmas.
yeah, we've been
happening.
dancing. We've been dancing a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
That's positive times. Trying to stay happy.
We've been like, as far as what we've been up to, the easy answer, everyone just keeps saying they've been writing, but like we put our record out in May.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we worked that for a while, but putting the record out, we were supposed to be touring and supporting it.
Yeah.
We had a couple of radio campaigns we wanted to do, but it doesn't really make sense to put a radio campaign together, especially in the States, if you can't go and support it with your touring. So it's like we keep pushing back our game plan 3 months and 6 months. And as far as like going into next year, trying to get some more US tour dates together, trying to get a couple Canadian tours locked in.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, it's just like we put a record out that should have lasted us a year, but we're just looking at a release schedule for next year to get some new music out.
Wow.
In the meantime, but again, just fingers crossed that, by second or third quarter, we can start getting some shows together.
Nice.
Everything just keeps getting postponed. That's the other thing.
We did do a small radio campaign in the U.S. like compared to the ones we've done in the past. So there is a bit of a foot. Like we're there a little bit, right? But we just couldn't justify going on like too much with it exactly when we just couldn't be there because you have to do it, but it's like then the pandemic just keeps going on and on and on. So it's like, okay, well, at least we tried. We're just trying to do the right thing, I guess, right? So
yeah.
Well, that's just it. And if people want this thing to be over, everybody's got to do the right thing now. Otherwise it's just gonna fucking keep going.
And I think we've done a pretty good job. We're trying to just like roll with it, right? Because what else can you do? We just started live streaming regularly. That's kind of like the live shows. That's what you do, right? So,
it does.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it does definitely help. Kind of, I don't know what the right word is, but like squelch the minutia. Like being, I love writing. Like if the world ended tomorrow and we couldn't post any more songs up, like I would still be kind of happy writing as long as I could go out and like stand on the corner of the street and play the songs.
Right.
But I think that one of the cool things is that people are trying to find new facets. They're trying to find new ways to, and I don't want to use the term norm, because I think that's probably out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Like norm is gone. But I think that the cool thing is everybody's trying to reinvent and find new ways to reach the people that they had.
Yeah. That's true, man. That's a fucking guessing game though, isn't it? Because it's never been, you guys for so long could just hit the road, away you go. It was a tried, tested, and true formula, and that's what everybody would do.
Yeah. Now it's uncharted territory for sure.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
It's uncharted, but we've have more tools available than ever. Mm-hmm. And one of the things when you're on tour is the merch table. Like that's where a lot of the friends are made.
Yeah.
Whether they pick something up or not, or whether they just stop by to say, great show. Like I didn't know who you guys were, and this is awesome, and they'll keep interacting online. And that's something we talked about back in April. Was like everyone's gonna start live streaming, but then they're probably gonna stop because they're not gonna know how to monetize it.
Mm-hmm.
And the way we were thinking about it, it's like, well, and maybe this is bad for business, but it's like, maybe let's not worry about monetizing it and learning. Maybe we'll just focus on engaging with the fans and just being accessible that way. And so the idea where we picked up the Wednesday night group where we kind of just hang out and chat, and just, you know, talk to fans, talk to friends in the comments. And then Dane has the more serious playing one, which is the Sundays at 6, where he's got an acoustic show that he puts together a set for, and does a couple covers once in a while. And it's just like, that kind of scratches the itch, I think, for a lot of the fans that want to hear the music and have that performance, because Dane's a killer acoustic guitar player. He's a songbook as far as like the depth of things that he can bring to the table. And it's like, that scratches the itch. Then we do a quick chat after and hang out. And it's like, we can't bring the tour around, but we can kind of get people together if you want to hang out and enjoy some music, but just also enjoy the banter that would be happening, you know, before or after the show at the merch table. So
Mike, there's sorry. No. I was just going to say, there's something to be said about the fact that like, Mike, you mentioned it scratches the itch, like for the friends and the fans. But honestly, it like, for me, it scratches the itch for me a little bit as well.
It's a two-way street, and I'll say as a drummer, it's like, I don't feel like I would bring.
It's got to be tough for you guys, though.
Well, yeah, Brendan's
I want to play.
And,
we
want to play.
B turns his mic on mute and like kind of sits back and plays along.
I do, yeah.
He does.
I play along. Well,
he's like, I've got 1,000 basses around me.
You want to join in, but just because of the lag, it'll just be a mess, right? And one of these days, I'm like, I just want to unmute it at some point, so it just comes in, but it'll just be the wrong.
Well,
maybe you have a song with one note, one big long note the whole time. And whatever I do, as long as I hit that note,
it'll be a drone song.
Yeah, we did one acoustic live stream together, and it was bittersweet, because like, it was fun. It took a little bit to set it up. We did it at Dane's parents' backyard, and it was just like, we did our tour in January. And then we're supposed to be out most of the year. And it's like, that's kind of the next time we actually got together. I mean, you could perform outside. So and it was like, I don't know how everyone else was feeling, but after like the first song and you heard like the neighbors clapping, like in other backyards, and you're just like, frig, like, I miss this so much. Like, cause I can get that, you know, not to the butterflies and stuff, but it's like, anytime I go on stage, like, I'm just hoping everything works.
Yeah.
And then this is like double down, because I hope the technical part works too.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing for us to play the song, then you'll be like, the internet needs to work, the computer needs to work, all the cabling needs to work. There's so many things that can just not work.
Yeah.
So
100%.
But yeah, it's been tough.
Whole new nerve-wracking for you. Really.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that was a cool moment when the neighbors were clapping, because it was one of those moments where, like, I think it had probably been, I want to say a year at least since we had been in front of a crowd.
Well, but like January, like we were out there, but it's like it'd been like 6 months, 8 months, I guess, at that point. Like, it'd been a while.
Okay, yeah. So it wasn't a full year, but either way,
it felt like a full year, but it wasn't.
It felt like a full year, yeah. But I will say, like, because of the fact that we weren't expecting it. Like, we didn't know that the neighbors were listening at that point. And so we were just playing for the live stream and for the friends and fans that we had online. And we hadn't had that live, like, you finish a song, they clap. Like, we hadn't had that give and take in such a long time.
Yeah.
Because we're all three of us are very used to, at this point, being in front of people, being on a stage, and seeing the people that we get that energy back from.
Right.
But so it was kind of funny that, like, we finished the first song, and I think it was the sound check. I think we were just sound checking, and the neighbors started like, oh, hey, and that was my Fozzie Bear neighbor reaction. Oh no, it went to Yoda somewhere through there. Maybe I'm Baby Yoda.
It's still Henson. It's still Jim Henson.
It's still Henson. Close enough.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it definitely, like, that, and I don't want to say this because I feel like I'm going to go over to my parents' place and their neighbors are going to be like, how dare you? But I don't know most of my parents' neighbors. Like I know the people on each side of them.
Yeah, but not the rest of the street.
And those peeps, I'm good. I know them. They're very supportive. But the people on the other side, I didn't know them. So that was like, it was an honest
They could have not liked it.
Yeah, they could have been like, hey, Ruby, Elgin, tell your musician son to shut it down.
That's right. Turn that shit off. Fuck sakes.
Well, boom. I kept the swear words out because I didn't know.
Swear all you like, guys.
But I'm not gonna let the expletives fly at this point.
You know what? You can be a better person than me. Yeah, I just let her go.
Well, no, I feel you have to swear to the size of your beard.
Which is a lot. That's a lot.
Well, and I have none, so
yeah.
I stay with shibby and poop.
Yeah, in short, the police did not shut it down.
That's good.
No,
that was an interesting live stream, though.
They were probably just desperate for live music.
Yeah.
But yes, that would have been very.
They were all waiting for it.
Like halfway through, we were like, "Hey," and then the cops just come in.
That would just
slowly take us off.
Well, and they had a German Shepherd, so at any point they could have just pushed that thing over the fence and just let it shut us up.
No doubt.
There have been like two things because like we haven't played shows in a while, and it's like I'll be honest, I haven't pet a dog in a while, so that could have been good.
That would have been a huge
like
thing.
It's sort of biting my arm a lot, but no.
But it's nice.
Well,
I could pet the dog.
He's a shepherd.
It would have gone for one of two things. It would have gone for either the loudest, which was at that time me, or I'm guessing maybe the ginger.
I feel
it would have gone straight for B.
We had a guitar player when we were playing with Age of Days, and he was like really into dogs and like defense dog training and stuff like that, like attack dog training. That's cool. And yeah, he was like really into that, and he like trained them and stuff. And I remember kind of talking about it, and he's just like, if you ever think you're in super trouble, it's just like you just roll into a ball, just like get into a ball, and it's like because then it's hard for them to kind of like get at anything. It's just cover your head and just roll into a ball.
Well, and from what he said to me about
like, don't try to grab the throat. Like, definitely don't pet it.
No,
just
don't.
Yeah.
He was like, the second that you go into that thing, dogs don't want to eat you. Like,
right.
Like,
but if
they
want to
bite at
unless they're really
they'll give them something to grab on. And just like just cover your head, cover your ears. Like just try to roll into a ball and just squeeze tight as you can.
Definitely put your hand over your butthole
because they might bite something.
Yeah.
Quick, Dane.
Well, and you don't want them going that. Well, yeah, no, I always cover my butthole when it comes to Rex.
Dane's School of Dog Obedience and Training, attack training.
Well, it's a true
straight
thing.
for
Honestly,
the
yeah. No, my Chihuahua is a very explorative Chihuahua.
Rex could probably get between the cheeks, but I'm talking about like a German Shepherd or something. It probably just wouldn't really work.
Dude, you think a German Shepherd is what's going to hurt you, but it's the Chihuahua trying to get between your cheeks that's going to hurt you. He's going to bite places you didn't know you had.
Yeah, that's true. He can get it.
And I didn't teach him these things. That's inborn.
That's animal instinct, right?
That's one. It's the stinct part that you're worried about. It's the instinct that he goes for that makes him so deadly.
Seems like Chihuahuas are one of they're either way. They're either like your Chihuahua is so nice and like calm, or they're like the devil. There's no in between. There's like little nice sweet quiet ones that are like, yes, a taco please, and then there's
a two-way switch.
Rex has the devil in him.
Does he? I've never seen it though.
Like
he seems like a nice one though.
He is definitely a nice one, but when the cat comes around and starts, I'm trying to do cat
moves. That's close.
Yeah, I don't have cat moves. Maybe I'll do.
There you go.
It's just like that. But anyways, no, Rex won't have any of it. He's like, no, you're a serpent.
You're a servant. That's hilarious. Jesus Christ.
Do you have any animals?
Me? Yeah, I've only got 2 cats.
2 cats.
You have 2?
I have 2 cats. I used to have 4 cats, old? And they died. 2 are still left. I don't know. I got one from the Humane Society, and I think when I got her, she was like, fucking 2 or something. So she's probably like 17 now. And then one just wandered into my backyard one night, and I kept it. I couldn't find. It was a blue point Siamese, beautiful cat.
Oh wow!
Nice cat.
There were some money, right? But we tried to find the owner and stuff, but we never could. We took it everywhere.
You would think that people would not want to let that one go.
Well, you'd think so, but this when she showed up, she had like
it ate their chihuahua.
Yeah, right. But she had like ligature marks on her neck. Looked like she was tied up or something outside. Like her neck was all fucked up from like a rope or something was tied around her neck for a long time. Long enough to leave a big indent. So like, well, what the fuck happened to you?
Not good.
Yeah, but we put posters up and called the vet and called the pound, and no one claimed it. They basically said, "Well, are you going to get rid of it?" We're like, well, we'll keep it until we find the owners. I'll just keep it.
That's a serious thing, though. Like people getting rid of animals in like disgusting ways.
Yeah, it sucks.
The amount of times that I've had friends tell me, and it's normally because I'm like, oh my gosh, where did you find this dog, or where'd you find this cat? Like, it's adorable. And they're like, actually, like somebody threw it out of their window on the highway, or someone left it at an intersection. Like it's crazy.
Just abandon them, yeah.
Sometimes they escape though too. Like I had a cat when we had like a Darkest Days house in Pickering, and Matt, the singer, he had this cat Mew that he had for years. And one day she got out of the house and just like took off. And then I think it was about a year later, I was walking down the street in the area and I found that cat and I brought it back in the house.
Oh, shit.
And she had it looked like someone was feeding her. She didn't have a collar on or anything, but it was like this cat had stayed indoors and just wandered off. And like, because
that cat probably got back in that house and was like, "Oh my God, I'm back with the musicians." Are you kidding me?
Like this crazy 360. She probably lived with some nice little.
I'm kidding. For anyone listening or watching, there is not many people that would be more. I'm trying to think of a way, because I forget that some people aren't watching this or listening to this. And so Brendan is definitely not someone that would mistreat an animal.
No, but if there's one thing that animals hate, it's live drums. One thing that we did a lot in that house was play loud instruments, because the whole basement of the house, right? So that cats, like if you ever have a cat, you hit a cymbal around it, they just like it's the worst.
Yeah.
Well, like our new record.
You remember when we had Rex at the rehearsal that time, and I just put him behind the bass amp, and he was just like, he's like, yeah, this is cool. I like this.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he definitely loves low noises. We got a new coffee table set up, and so it's a glass top, and so you can see through to the bottom part. And it's kind of like a rattan thing around the base. And so we put Rex's bed underneath, because it's all round, and so it fits perfect.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, go to bed. And cat, you can't go in my guitar case. No. I said no. Anyways, so okay, I'm gonna have to stop her. But Rex literally was like, every time I put a glass down on the coffee table, he would freak out and jump out of his bed and run around. He's like, no, why are you putting things on my head? Like, stop dropping things on my head.
Yeah.
Sorry, kitty.
So long answer, but to the question, what have you guys been up to? We've been hanging out with our pets, because That's
And
what the
live
pandemic
And
and live streaming.
Live
like,
streaming and hanging out with the pets.
and working remotely.
seriously, what a trip though. When the pandemic started, it was still cold, like kind of winter, and it's winter again. So it's like
Isn't
woke
that
up
a mind fuck?
it's almost like it's just never ended.
Yeah, it's a never-ending winter. It's bullshit.
It blew me away because honestly, I remember when it started, the kids went on Christmas break, or not Christmas break, March
Spring
break.
March break.
Yeah, like they went on spring break and never went back. And so it was hilarious because like so many parents around here are posting these memes being like, okay, I don't want to send my kid on Christmas break because I feel like you're not going to take him back. But no, I thought about it the one day and I was like, man, like when they went back to school in September, like that was a trip.
Yeah.
I was sitting there. I'm like, I don't think they're actually going to go back. I think they're just tricking us.
Yeah. Just fucking lie.
Like, we need to still, figure out things for them to do during the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Which
that's just difficult.
That's difficult. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Take the year off. Don't cause any problems and don't get COVID. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, and we got superior, like insanely lucky because Connor, who's 8, loves Xbox, so like, that's his thing.
Yeah.
So he's
English all day.
Oh yeah, he English and honestly, I would think it's like world diplomacy.
Yeah.
Like
he's because
learning,
he's playing online with everybody, right?
Oh yeah, like it's like a United Nations.
And it's Call of Duty. If you play some of them, it's like history.
History.
That's
true. Very historic. Very historic.
You know what? I think you're actually teaching
and honestly,
a lot more.
I definitely I won't embarrass her, but Jocelyn, Jen's daughter, came home with a painting today that I was like, holy crap. Like, how is it that, because she said when she was going in to do it, she was like, I'm not, like, I don't really paint landscapes. Like, I'm not good at these kind of paintings. And I was like, okay, but like, you're a kid, go into art class, do your thing. When she sent a picture back of what she had painted just that far, I was like, okay, so I don't ever want to pick up a paintbrush in front of her again. I'm going to stop doing artistic things. No, like it was insane. It's crazy. Kids these days, how ahead of the curve they can be.
Yeah.
Without even knowing it. Like she got into the car when I was driving her home. She's like, yeah, I don't know if I like it.
It's the best painting of all time.
Kidding? Like I would literally post that above any bed or office or whatever. Yeah. Kids are hard on themselves.
Just know there's another parent with an ego out there that would have saw that painting and like, that's really good. And if the kid has any doubt, they're like, yeah, you should throw that out. It's garbage. It's trash. Just next dumpster. We're going to drive over to McDonald's there.
Just throw it out.
Tuck it in there. I didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. And just tomorrow, just pretend it didn't happen.
just start it new.
And then, yeah, you go back to painting your stuff. Putting your painting up, painting back around the house.
Well, no, or there's the other parent that would be like, yeah, no, that's crap. And then they take the painting and say they're going to throw it out, and then they sell it. They're like, oh, I got something. This is Picasso's early works.
So in other words, that's what Dane's talking about with the paintings. He's like, so what I've been doing during COVID is finding other income streams.
Selling these
I used to keep painting these and then give them to me when you're done.
Yeah, I trash her paintings and then I post them on my Etsy store. I give her a good 10-15% cut.
Yeah,
that's good.
Allowance.
That's so terrible.
They also take another 20% because I'm technically managing her.
Yeah,
no, honestly, she'd be way smarter than that.
Welcome to the world.
I swear she'd catch me halfway through. She's
we did my
definitely smarter
painting.
than I am.
Nothing. It was fine. Just moving it.
Like the amount of times that I've been like, no, we're gonna make it on time to school. She's like, no, I'm gonna be late. She's late.
She's right.
She's always right.
She's always right. That was art. That's funny. That's hilarious. Well, that's crazy. The schools are still open, obviously, that in Ontario. So I think up here they're closing again. All right.
Well, they're open, but I think parents have the option to.
Now.
Oh, did I get saved?
No, the one in our area closed. They had an outbreak. So.
Did it? Yeah.
Yep. What's the thing that like teachers keep getting sick, or they keep bringing stuff home, and then the parents get sick, and it's like, I understand parents want to send the kids back to school. It's like, well, here are your options. Incredibly increase your risk, or homeschool for a year, because that's kind of the thing.
And I can imagine what it's like for the kids. Like, I remember feeling like, well, even there was a strike. I was in college and there was a strike. And I remember being like, we're paying them. How can they go on strike? Like, we're literally getting ripped off if you.
Strike's different than your lungs stop working.
But like, I felt like I was getting ripped off for a strike. You're losing out on your education. Can you imagine how the kids feel now, where they're like losing? They're not just losing like a couple weeks. They've lost like half of a month last year.
I get that, but at the same time, it's like kids that are really going to excel. It's like if you know how to learn, if you've learned how to learn, and someone's like, you're going to take.
Well, Mike, I will say, like, I can stop you there in the fact that, like, if you've learned how to learn or you know how to learn, like, you're an exceptionally smart individual. And I'm not saying this in
I know I'm wired differently, but
okay,
but I know what you mean. But like, I learned from books and like by myself too, and I've always been like that. But like, that's I'm saying
not
for like
the norm.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that aren't like that though. That like
I could not do that. I couldn't do it. Like, if you told me, here's your computer program, here's your little tablet.
Yeah.
Go learn.
No, and I
won't.
I get that. I'd also argue, like, there's a lot of, like, there's the concept of the adolescent holding tank, which school kind of is. It's like, we just need to put our kids somewhere so we can go to work and take care of the house. But the idea that, like, there's a lot of kids that just go, and I think this plays into what Dane's saying, there's a lot of kids that go to school for the social aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's been really painful for a lot of kids. And it's like, It's one thing to be interacting online, but it's like kids missing their friends, missing their social circles. Yeah. It's like, that's got to be really tough.
Yeah.
Because like for me, it was always just your bands and my weird tech friends.
Well, and honestly, for me, it would have been that.
Social aspect of it.
Like the social aspect, I wouldn't have been able to do without. But no, I'm speaking more for them. Like,
yeah,
I know for a fact that they would be able to do it without. But I don't know. There's, it's definitely, it's a topic.
It's a topic. Well, it's important. Yeah. It's important to talk about. It's, everybody's got different experiences with it for sure. Like, if I was a kid when all this shit was going on, I'd have been like, oh, fucking rights. I'm out of here. It's bullshit.
Well, and honestly, that would have been my way. I would have been like, yeah, give me the
if I was in grade 12 and
distance learning.
If I was in grade 12 and they said, you know what, you passed, it's fine. I'd be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Double deuce.
Yeah, double deuce.
No,
it's
but
like that snow day that never ends, right?
That's right.
But that
snow day last day.
I'm just thinking with some kids, even with some kids, it's just like, this is a chance to get ahead, because there's a lot of people that aren't doing much right now, and like, I get that not everyone's wired that way to see the silver lining to some of this stuff, because everyone's in the same situation right now, but with the schools and stuff. But it's again, I see both sides of it.
Well, and I didn't mean that in a bad way. I honestly meant that as a compliment. Like, Mike, you're one of the few people that I know that, regardless of the situation around you, you keep doing the same thing.